New synthesizer, old company, new owners. Is this a joke? The Moog Messenger, a new era in Moog synthesizers with a modern feature set. But the question is, did they sell out? Those of you who didn't know, classic Moog is not Moog anymore. It is owned by InMusic. When a company sells themselves to a larger company, in my eyes, I see it as betrayal. And I am very hypercritical of sellouts. So, does InMusic have a leg to stand on in 2026? Is the Moog Messenger a good synthesizer? Let's find out. For me and probably 5 to 10% of people, the arpeggiator on this synthesizer is a tad complex and very long to set a pattern. I'd prefer to just play in 1, 2, or 3, maybe 4 notes and just have it play those notes back. But I will say, the brightness of this synthesizer makes it sound very modern. While still having a vintage sound. It's not quite the modern sound of a sub 37, but it's its own thing, while still being a Moog. This synth has no problem fitting into a modern mix right off the bat. Every preset inside of it is just like a modern Moog on steroids. Flashback to 5 years ago, the first serious mono synth that I bought was a Moog Sub 25, Sub Fatty. If that was me today in 2026, the Messenger is probably the top of the list. So it's safe to say that the synthesizer is not a piece of shit, but it does have a different sound than, say, like a Matriarch. I mean, let's look at the raw oscillators, for example. So clearly the Messenger has a fizzier top end, which is why it lends itself better for brighter, more in your face music, InMusic. Layering the Messenger into chords gets some pretty solid polyphony sounds. This synthesizer has 2 LFO'S, and while that's fantastic, it is piss slow. For me and sound design, that's kind of a deal breaker. But I guess you can't really complain because Moog gave us, for I think the first time, a resonance compensation. Now, that bass sounds fantastic. It is a Moog. Add a resonance compensation on top of it, and I mean, do I have to say more? This synthesizer has the modernness of a sub 25, 37, but the balls of a vintage Moog at the same time. And it just has a grainy attitude. Unlike any other Moog I've played. So yes, InMusic did a great job, but I would like to see maybe take advantage of the polysynth market at a cheaper value. Speaking of the graininess of this synthesizer, it sounds great for rolling face, mosh pit, electronic music. It's a pretty fun synth. The horn sounds, it's out of control. So if you're struggling to figure out whether you want this synthesizer or not, well, let me tell you this. For about $700, you get a fat-ass bass, something that sounds great with layered polyphony, fake polyphony, and soaring leads. But it doesn't do this one thing that some of you may want. I would not use this synthesizer for sound design. And that's why, for me personally, I'm probably not gonna keep it. But that does not mean this synthesizer is not a fantastic instrument to get into. I mean, at the end of the day, we just wanna make music, and this synthesizer does just that very well. There are 3 features that make this synthesizer stand out in a modern setup. One of them being the variable wave shape option on the oscillators. You could modulate between them, and you have an overall wider canvas to work with. Of course, it's not a modern Moog without a overdrive feedback style circuit. And it also comes with a handful of filter options. You have the low pass, the band pass, second order, high pass. Brand new synthesizer, very musical sound, Moog, under $700. This is not a bad move if you don't have a mono synth to lean on. I will say, towards the end of this video, I learned that this synthesizer is capable of duophony via a software editor, which is fantastic. In music, they didn't sell out, but in music, if you're listening, I would like to see maybe a smaller desktop versions of Moog polysynths for under $2,000. Like, companies are doing it, why aren't you? So, this is the Minterlandi project. If you like this content, you know what to do. Also, comment down below if you think that Moog has sold out. I'll see you in the next one.